How's it going, everyone? Let's take a quick peek at some of the exclusive Marvel Legends that are floating around. This is the Thor 2 pack that you can get at your local Target. It'll run you $39.99. Probably be on sale soon. Here's a nice look at the back. And with this, what we get, of course, is a Thor figure, and this is sadly very, very similar to a previous Thor figure, and the new figure of Valkyrie from the film. There's a look of the figures in the tray. Here's a look at Chris Hemsworth out of package. And this is really the big draw, is you get a wonderful head sculpt of the actor. Very, very nice likeness, and you can see the wonderful beard and all the wonderful texture they did with his hair. There's a nice kind of side view there. But the sad part is this is yet another one of these instances where we get essentially the same figure that we've already bought and a Build-A-Figure with just a slight variation. And really the only variation that you get with this is a different head, different accessories, different hands, and if you look really carefully, the new one has a painted belt buckle rather than an unpainted one. These are the hands that we get, and these are these open hands where you can put the lightning bolt that he comes within. I think of them, I always call them rock star hands. And here's the lightning piece that he actually comes with. This is actually a really cool accessory. It's not one solid piece, it's open-ended. It's kind of like a little skirt. So what you can do is you can open it up and you can put it on any number of things rather than just Thor's hand. And what I'm actually going to do with it is I'm going to take my favorite Thor, the Asgardian Thor, and actually put the lightning on his hammer and have a nice little effect going there. You also get a pair of hands that are closed hands to hold this sword, and it's a really beautiful sword, and I actually have a theory about this that relates to the movie. Here's just a nice look at the sword itself. It's a nice weathered paint job, and as you kind of move your way down, you can see there's actually a little bit of Celtic knotwork that they put into the handle. So here's my theory. This is a pretty big sword, and if you know your Thor, there actually is a sword called the Odin sword, and it's also called Ragnarok. So my theory is that he actually comes with this sword because he'll be using the Odin sword, of course, in the movie. We're moving over to the Valkyrie figure, and she's actually a really awesome figure. They did a really great job of getting the actress's face really, really nicely done. The other nice thing about it is if you look at her body, it actually looks like a real human being's body rather than the comic book woman's body that we're so used to. Here's a look at the back, nice flowing hair, and I think everyone gets kind of a half cape in this movie too. She comes with this dagger sword, short sword, and she also has these daggers on the side of her legs that are not removable. And this is one of the problems. This sword actually comes with a scabbard that's of this soft material, and it kind of warps around. So it has a hard time once you put the sword into the scabbard. The sword actually fits into her belt, which is a little bit loose on her figure. Overall, she's a really wonderful figure. Here she is in comparison with the other Valkyrie figures that we've gotten from Marvel Legends. The one on the left is from a TRU 2-pack, and the one on the right is from the Hulkbuster wave. And here are all of the movie figures together, the Revengers ready to go. The other thing I wanted to mention is the older Target 2-pack, this old pack with the two different Iron Man figures. I actually just found it Ross for $12.99, and I picked it up just to get an extra set. So if you don't have it, you might want to check your local Ross. The next figure I want to look at is the new Walgreens Human Torch. This is the second Fantastic Four figures that Walgreens has put out. You should be able to find it at your local store. It's also available on their website, and we also know that there's a Mr. Fantastic coming out in the near future as well. This is the best thing about the figure is he's actually translucent, so the light actually can cast through the body, and I'm always a big fan of transparent figures. But this is the bad news. If you really look at it, the head is a completely different tone than the rest of the body, and it just kind of makes it look rather awkward when you look at the entire figure. They did a really, really great job getting a good Johnny Storm smirky kind of face going on, but again, it just kind of bothers me how far off the head is from the rest of it. He comes with a right closed fist that kind of has this flame extension that kind of works its way into the rest of his arm. Here's a look at his legs, and you can see the flames only go halfway up the leg at where the joint is, so it kind of just looks like he's wearing flaming boots rather than being on fire. Here are the interchangeable hands, and the two on the right hand are almost exactly the same. I wish that they had given us an open hand like they did with the left. The other accessory he comes with are the two flaming fists, and again, why do we get interchangeable hands when we're just going to be putting these fists on? And they make the head look a little bit better, but it still is definitely a figure with problems. Here he is with Sue Storm, and again, as I mentioned, kind of the beginning of the Walgreens Fantastic Four wave. And here's all the figures that we looked at today, and thanks for watching. I'll have another review up soon.